shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your #1 source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
Donald Trump is set to become the first former president to face a judge on criminal charges today. You're looking live where he is staying right now, Trump Towers in New York. We have you covered on what to expect from today's historic hearing.
Light spotty showers this morning continue to move out of our viewing area. Coming up, I'll show you the warm-up we can expect today.
And a public hearing over a plan to build taller towers all around Shaw University's campus could get heated tonight, why some are not sold on redevelopment.
Another big win for UConn. What you need to know about the new men's NCAA basketball champions. That ended late last night.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of folks might have been sleeping. I'll admit.
We were sleeping.
Saw the beginning and did not see the end, but heard about it when I got up. So we'll talk about that today, as well as drove through a little bit of a shower coming in this morning. I'm Jeff Hogan. Good to have you with us.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey. Yeah, I was driving through the showers, and you know what my thought was? Oh, yes, a free car wash to get the pollen off the car.
Isn't that perfect?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but it was very spotty. It was very light. It wasn't heavy rain. Meteorologist Peter Sherwood here with us this morning to show us exactly where that spotty rain is falling right now.
Michelle, that's the way to do it. Get the car out, let it wash off a little bit. I want to show you the Doppler 5000 because, yes, those showers are very spotty this morning. If you are driving in Andrew, things are dry, but we see a spotty shower right now in Fuquay Arena. Some of that just towards the west of Roseville, and some spotty showers trying to make their way into Wilson County right now. Most of the rain is out of our viewing area, some of that heavier rain near the coast. We are going to get those showers to gradually clear out, I think around 5 a.m. Into 6 o'clock, we should be all done with the rain. Likely to see cloud cover into the lunch hour, but those clouds are going to break apart, and we are likely to see some pockets of sunshine, especially for our western areas. Today is going to be a dry one. As we take a live look at Fayetteville right now, you can see the sidewalks are a bit damp from the showers that moved through overnight, but temperatures are in the 60s. 61 in Fayetteville, 61 in Durham, 61 in Goldsboro. And into the afternoon, temperatures are climbing into the 80s. It is going to be a warm one as we head into the lunch hour. We'll be at 73 degrees with that high in the 80s moving in. Coming up, I'm going to show you how many more warm days we have before cooler temperatures arrive.
Several hours from now, Donald Trump will become the first former president in U.S. history to face a judge on criminal charges. Here's a live look. This is Trump Tower in Manhattan, where he lives in New York. Trump spent the night there ahead of his arraignment today. New York City officials have beefed up security all around that tower and the courthouse. They're asking people to remain peaceful.
Our message is clear and simple. Control yourselves. New York City is our home, not a playground for your misplaced anger.
Trump's legal team says he will plead not guilty to around 30 charges linked to alleged hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. We'll learn exactly what those charges are today.
And here's what we know about what will happen when Trump is processed in the courtroom. He will be formally placed under arrest, but he will not be handcuffed. He will be fingerprinted, and it's not clear if he'll have a mug shot taken. News cameras will not be allowed inside the courtroom thanks to a late-night order from a judge. Photographers will be allowed to take still pictures of Trump and the courtroom before the hearing starts. And the district attorney in this case will speak after the hearing. Trump plans to speak when he returns to Florida later today. And coming up in less than 10 minutes, the new evidence prosecutors are nailing down in the Mar-a-Lago documents probe.
Here at home, a plan to build towers as tall as 20 stories high on the campus of Shaw University is getting some pushback. Data obtained by WRAL shows more than 100 people want to speak against it at a Raleigh City Council hearing tonight. WRAL's Laura Levine is at Shaw University with why this months-long debate is going to get pretty heated tonight. Laura?
Yeah, Jeff, good morning. Standing here on Shaw University's campus, it's pretty hard to miss the signs of history here at Shaw University. And that's why this is such a big conversation. Today, more than 100 people are expected to show up at that meeting to express their thoughts about redevelopment. And that redevelopment plan is being called Shaw U. Some believe rezoning the campus will erase its history, while others say it's a great opportunity to update campus amenities. About 7 people have signed up to speak in favor of the rezoning tonight, while 141 people have signed up in opposition. The university did make some adjustments to its rezoning request, including lowering the maximum building heights to 30 stories and 20 stories on various parcels, and stepping down the building heights closest to neighborhoods on the south side of MLK Jr. Boulevard. The vice president of real estate tells us rezoning approval is vital to update aging infrastructure and to build more student housing. In an interview last month, Shaw's president shared the same sentiments.
Shaw has to do these kind of things in order to be able to attract the best and the brightest to our campus. Shaw University wants to have the ability to utilize its knowledge, expertise, and partnerships to do the best for the university.
So if approved, university leaders here will begin building a new master plan. Once again, that meeting begins at 7 o'clock tonight. Laura Levine, WRAL News. We're live in Raleigh.
A Smithfield police officer and Johnston County school board member will be in court this morning, one day after a grand jury handed up a criminal indictment against him. We've covered the controversy surrounding Ronald Johnson for months. He now faces criminal charges for extortion, obstruction of justice, and failing to discharge his duties. We told you before, Johnston was accused of secretly recording board members and sending inappropriate text messages to a school district employee. He was fired by Smithfield in October and censured by the school board the same month.
You could start to feel the pinch at the pump next time you need gas. In an update at 3 a.m., AAA reported an average of $3.36 for a gallon of regular gas in North Carolina. It's about the same as yesterday, but it's up 5 cents from this time last week. Experts tell WRAL they expect this upward trend to continue and could have a bigger impact as well. WRAL's Naya Harden joins us from a gas station in Garner right now to explain why this rise. Naya?
Jeff, do you remember how you felt last year around this time? Gas actually was $3.95 a gallon in our area. Well, now these experts are saying that we will feel that pinch again. Prices aren't expected to be as high as last year, according to Gas Buddy expert Patrick DeHaan, but we could see gas in Raleigh go up by 20 cents. This comes after OPEC plus a group of 23 countries that export oil. They suddenly cut production Sunday. While OPEC's decision comes as a surprise to many experts, DeHaan says OPEC is doing this because they predict lower demand this year.
A lot of Americans did hit the road last year in light of the fact that last year, at least for summer, the mask mandate was gone, and a lot of Americans hit the road even with record high gas prices because the state of the economy was much stronger, arguably, last year than where it is today. And so it could mean a bit of a slowdown for tourism.
Experts also say this could take a toll on our country's efforts to fight inflation and might influence whether another interest rate hike is on the way. The WRAL News app is a great resource if you're looking for the cheapest gas prices. You can search the words fuel tracker. Naya Harden, WRAL News in Garner.
In an effort to make the use of psychedelic drugs legal for therapy, it's building support in North Carolina. 3 state lawmakers will join advocates at the state legislative building today to speak about a new bill. That bill would allow for research on psychedelic drugs like MDMA to see how useful they are in treating things like PTSD. The FDA has already designated those drugs as breakthrough therapies and encouraged more research of them.
Durham leaders say they want to move on from drama within the council and work on bigger issues facing the city. City Council did not vote last night on censoring council member Monique Holsey-Hyman. She's under investigation for extortion and for allegedly using a city staffer to work on her campaign. Last night's meeting was the first since a heated exchange that included a shouting match between council member Deidreana Freeman and Mayor Pro Tem Mark Anthony Middleton about the accusations. The mayor said the council needs to keep its focus.
I ask that we allow law enforcement to do its job while we continue to stay focused and move our city forward.
The SBI is investigating the allegations against Halsey Hyman.
UConn is the NCAA basketball champs once again. The Huskies finished off the tournament with a 76-59 win over San Diego State in the title game last night. It is the fifth time UConn has won the men's national championship since 1999. The Huskies are now tied with Duke for the fourth most championships of all time. UNC is one ahead of them with 6. Check this out. Fans on the UConn campus celebrated the win overnight. Crowds turned rowdy at times, broke some windows, pulled down some light poles, and stole some street signs. There were also reports of bonfires being set. The university issued a message on social media reminding students that celebrations should stay safe, responsible, and respectful.
Oh boy, they were excited. NC State graduate and astronaut Christina Koch is set to make history once again. Details on her next journey to space and what she's expected to accomplish.
And the ex-chief of staff to the former governor of Maryland is dead after a confrontation with the FBI. What we have learned about this case overnight.
And taking a live look outside in Apex this morning, a big warm-up on the way today. We'll check in with meteorologist Peter Sherwood with how long that trend will stick around.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
A warm front is moving through our region. We are seeing showers this morning that are very spotty and light. Those showers that are on our dual Doppler 5000 will continue to move out. And you can see most of the rain this morning is near the coast. We are going to see showers gradually clear out within the next 2 hours or so, likely to stay dry for the rest of the day. Our temperatures right now are warmer this morning, about 14 degrees warmer compared to yesterday. It's 61 degrees in the Triangle, and we're seeing 55 in Roxborough. There, we saw temperatures in the 30s yesterday morning. We will warm up into the 80s today. Get ready for it. That warming trend is going to continue. I'll show you how warmed.
Alrighty, thank you, Peta. Prosecutors are nailing down more evidence in the Mar-a-Lago documents probe. That includes texts, emails, and photographs. A special counsel is looking into whether President Trump illegally mishandled classified documents at his Florida estate. The Justice Department is taking steps that typically mark the end of an investigation.
One thing I'm most excited about is that we are going to carry your excitement, your aspirations, your dreams with us on this mission. Artemis 2, your mission.
How exciting right there. That was NC State grad astronaut Christina Koch, who has been chosen to be the first woman to fly around the moon. Cook is one of 4 astronauts who will be part of the Artemis 2 test flight mission. She's been assigned the role of mission specialist, likely using her engineering background. During the 10-day mission, they'll make sure the technology and spacecraft will behave correctly for future missions. WRAL caught up with Cook's advisor from her time at NC State.
To have somebody who has all those talents and intellectual skills, but is also a terrific communicator and can inspire young people. It's great. And so watching her succeed stage after stage has just been a thrill.
And I can tell you.
Now, when asked if he had a message for Cook, Reynolds responded, "You go, girl." Cook will join NASA astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, who's the first black astronaut on a moon mission, and Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency.
Good morning. Ken Smith here in the WRAL Live Center. We want to take you to Brussels this morning, where Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is attending the meeting of foreign ministers. This is a NATO meeting of foreign ministers, as well as the U.S.-EU Council. This is the 10th annual meeting of that body. They will be discussing the energy security and the push for clean energy transition. This meeting is also coming at a time OPEC just announced a reduction in oil production next month. So leaders, foreign ministers of the U.S. and EU will be discussing what that impact would have, not just here in the United States, but around the world as well.
This is a live look at downtown Raleigh this morning. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Raleigh is the 5th in the U.S. job market. The city's workforce has increased almost 4%, with technology and hospitality jobs up nearly 9% since last year. The director of Wake County's Economic Development Committee says there are currently 38 active projects in the pipeline with over 14,000 new jobs. Nashville won the top spot, followed by Austin, Texas, coming in at second.
Former top aide to ex-Maryland Governor Larry Hogan has died after a confrontation with FBI agents. Nearly 3 weeks after Roy McGrath failed to appear in federal court on fraud and other charges, he was captured Monday in Tennessee. According to McGrath's attorney, as the FBI moved in, a shot was fired. FBI agents returned gunfire. McGrath died from a gunshot wound, but it is not clear if it was self-inflicted or from those FBI agents. For more than a decade, California dealt with a severe drought, but this winter's repeated storms have wiped out those dry conditions. California's Department of Water Resources is out with its April snow survey, and the report shows snowfall totals this season are among the largest on record. For example, south of Lake Tahoe, officials measured a snow depth of 126.5 inches.
This year's April 1 result from our automated snow sensor network is actually greater than any other year that we have recorded since the snow sensor network was deployed roughly in the mid-1980s.
Yeah, for perspective, the snowpack in the Sierra is 221% higher than normal. Statewide, the figure is 237% higher. The snowpack is critical for the state's water supply. Officials say the snow acts as a natural reservoir and accounts for 30% of California's freshwater supply in an average year. Certainly not an average year of snowfall there, but it can help them get back to even. Peter Sherwood in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now. We're getting our share of showers coming down now. Nothing too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just very light out there. Some garden variety type of rain this morning, and it's very spotty on our dual Doppler 5000. I do want to zoom in, though, to show you where we are seeing most of those spotty showers. It's across Wake County, extending all the way to the north and east in Rocky Mount. Those showers are moving through, and I think within the next 2 hours or so, we should see drier conditions move in. Likely to keep the clouds around for this morning out the door, and once we head into the afternoon, we will get those clouds to break apart and allow sunshine to move in. Overall, it is going to be a nice day for some outdoor activities here locally. Check out where we are tracking some severe weather today. It's across the Midwest. An area of low pressure and trailing cold front will bring a round of severe storms extending far south as Texas. We have a level 1 out of 4 severe risk in place for the states outlined in red. That's Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, portions of Arkansas. And remember, this is the same spot where we saw severe weather on Friday. I want to overlay where we got some of those severe warnings to fire off and those tornado warnings to fire off on Friday. And you can see it's that same swath that is gearing up for another round of severe storms today. We are going to continue to monitor things across the Midwest and the South as we head throughout the afternoon. Once we head into Wednesday, the severe threat is going to shift towards the east. A level 3 out of 5 in place for Ohio, all the way down into Tennessee and portions of Arkansas. Likely to see the tornado threat continue there with damaging wind speeds associated with those thunderstorms. We will get the front to move in eventually, starting off on Thursday, but we are going to see it weaken. So plan for rain on Thursday, and we're going to continue to monitor the weekend's forecast because depending on where this front actually sets up to the south of us, we could potentially see rounds and rounds of rain. An area of low pressure could develop just towards the south as well, and that could influence rain chances as we head into Sunday. So watch this system move through, likely to bring showers on Thursday. We are going to see it sag just towards the south by Friday morning, bringing rain mainly across the south, and likely to see drier conditions at times throughout the day on Friday, especially in some of our northern areas. This system is going to bring rounds of rain into Saturday and Sunday. And if we get an area of low pressure to develop to the south, depending on where that sets up, our rain chances could increase on Sunday as well. So our rain chances are low for the next 2 days, but certainly expected to increase as we head into the end of the week, leading into the weekend. Out the door this morning, it's beautiful. We have some clouds out there and yes, some showers in some spots, but temperatures are very mild, 61 degrees. Leave those jackets at home today. You're not going to need it because by lunchtime, we're at 75 degrees and likely to top off at 80 this afternoon. Our warming trend is going to pick up into tomorrow, 87 for the high, 82 on Thursday. But in North Carolina fashion, once we go up, we're going to go down, especially during our spring months, likely to see highs back into the 50s leading into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're at 65 degrees. We're going to go on a lovely roller coaster ride here from the 80s to the 50s ahead.
As we do in North Carolina. Thank you, Peta. Well, more proof that plants do have feelings. We break down the study that scientists say shows that plants can actually cry.
A public hearing over a plan to build taller towers all around Shaw University's campus could get heated tonight. WRAL's Laura Levine will explain why some are not sold on the redevelopment.